Have you heard of this impossible mile challenge that's been floating around the internet? I've seen a lot of videos online about people doing it. Listen, there's something about the impossible mile challenge that nobody is talking about, and you need to watch this. This video will maybe save you a lot of pain and maybe some medical bills. So if you've never heard of the impossible mile challenge before, let me give you a quick summary. Essentially, it's some workout that who the heck knows put it together, but it consists of 400 meters of burpees followed by 400 meters of lunges. Then you do 400 meters of bear crawls, and you follow all that up with a 400-meter run. So Olympic tracks are basically 400 meters for one lap. You're essentially doing one lap of burpees, followed by one lap of lunges, and then one lap of bear crawls, and then one lap of running. That comes to 5,248 feet, which is where this is getting its name from. It's just shy of 1 mile. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos of people doing this impossible mile challenge, but there's something that they're not telling you. There is a medical condition out there you must be aware of. It's called rhabdomyolysis. Sometimes it's abbreviated as Rhabdo. Rhabdomyolysis, the word, literally means muscle fiber destruction. You can exercise so intensely that your muscle fibers will break down and their contents inside those muscle fibers will leak into the bloodstream very quickly, and this can cause catastrophic health problems for you. So if you have rhabdo, you might experience intense muscle pain, and this is not regular muscle soreness you've had before. This pain is relentless. It's been described to me as feeling almost like your muscles are being put through a meat grinder and your bones are breaking. Over-the-counter medications will not stop this pain from occurring. You might actually see visible swelling of your arms and legs, for instance. This swelling can prevent you from bending or extending your limbs, and in extreme cases, doctors may even need to do operations to relieve that swelling. In rare cases, amputations have even occurred because of this. Your kidneys may shut down from rhabdomyolysis. They may not work anymore or not work as well as they used to, and this appears to be due to a protein in your muscles called myoglobin. It is toxic to your kidneys in high concentrations. So maybe you're not even urinating as much as you normally would when you have rhabdo. And when you do urinate, your urine looks darker than normal. It's been described as looking like iced tea or cola-colored, dark, reddish, brownish color to your urine. One of the things that drives me crazy is that the fitness industry and the educational system, like colleges, don't even talk about rhabdo as much as they should. And this has led to the fitness industry not taking rhabdo seriously. You need to. Think of it this way. If you have rhabdo and your urine has changed color, it means you have lost at least 3.5 ounces of muscle tissue. It takes the destruction of about 3.5 ounces of muscle tissue to see a visible change in the color of your urine. So think about it. You're working out to get healthier, and literally you're destroying your muscle tissue. Now, there's a myth out there that I want you to be aware of, because if you go looking for rhabdo information, you're going to find a lot of influencers out there, and they're going to tell you that if your urine changes color, you have rhabdo, and I would agree that's not a good sign. But here's the thing. Not everybody with rhabdo has the dark colored urine symptom. And the other thing you're going to see online is people saying drink a lot of water if you think you have rhabdo. That is wrong thinking. They're probably getting this idea because when people go into the hospital, doctors often put people in IV fluids to keep their kidneys flushed. However, if your kidneys aren't working so well and you're not urinating and you're drinking a lot of water, where's that water going to go? It's going to build up in your body, and it could lead to a totally different phenomenon called hyponatremia, or water intoxication. You can die from water intoxication, and you might even make things worse because there's at least one report of water intoxication causing rhabdomyolysis. There's even reports of people having heart attacks from rhabdomyolysis. So if you're still with me, great, because now I want to talk about what causes rhabdomyolysis in most cases. So there's one thing that seems to underline most of the cases I've seen over the last dozen or so years, and that is when you do a lot of activity that you're not used to doing. For instance, if you're not used to doing 400 meters of burpees and 400 meters of running and 400 meters of bear crawls, etc., in the impossible mile challenge, that could trigger rhabdo. If the activity is new and unusual and repetitive over and over and over, this increases the risk of rhabdo occurring. For the athletes who are watching me and thinking it's not a big deal for you, listen, exercise is not a vaccine against getting rhabdo. Rhabdo has occurred in both athletes and non-athletes. Even if you're an athlete, if you've never done the impossible challenge before, the risk is still increased for you. So how do you reduce the risk of rhabdo? Well, it's simple. You just do the opposite. In other words, don't start with the impossible mile challenge. If you've never done anything like this before, don't start with 400 meters of burpees and 400 meters of bear crawls and 400 meters of lunges, etc. Start with less. Build up slowly. Please do not start out with this crazy impossible mile challenge. As a matter of fact, I don't recommend anybody do this. And if you're watching me right now and you think you do have rhabdo, my best advice for you is go to your doctor, go get checked out. Only through doing the proper medical tests can you be properly diagnosed. So that's my public service announcement on rhabdomyolysis. Leave a comment below if you've had rhabdo or you've done the Impossible Mile Challenge. Let's educate other people about this because, again, the best defense against rhabdo is education.